Redbird, the wonderful thing about the red candle is you can use it as many times as you want, so that forest fire can happen right away, which is going to be awesome for the runners. And we have a start near the forest push block area, with our runners going in the same direction to begin with.
So that puts them right near vanilla start, and so of course they'll check the start cave first. And it will just have a very nice medium secret. That's 37, the maximum is 40, so that's pretty good.
Yep, so they won't be hurting for too much money, hopefully. Depends on what the large ticket is going to bring them tonight. Same path to begin with, going towards that Deadwoods area. And we find an any road.
That cave, and yeah, that's useful.
And we have wizards on the overworld.
Wizards on the overworld. One of them is that's the coast raft spot. So that's not a place you really want in any road. And
it does give them a little bit of information though, because that cuts the raft down to only one location. So that's something that they may not need to
one at the power bracelet spot near the fairy fountain. So that could be useful, having an any road right near a place to heal up.
JKlassnik finding Vegas.
Meanwhile, since Maligord took that death, he's going to continue on over, probably check that open cave there, and head up to the vanilla blue ring shop.
JKlassnik finding the first set of Armos, which is just a staircase today.
Maligord wants to gamble. Ooh, and that is all of his rupees.
Yeah, rough loss for him there, unfortunately.
Slightly below average small secret, but still not bad. Not bad.
Second set of Armos spots is another staircase.
Just barely gets in and finds only a small secret. And then he takes a death. Meanwhile, JKlassnik is up at the letter cave, or yeah, that is the letter cave. I don't play enough vanilla to have that one memorized.
Yep, that is the vanilla letter cave. And he's gonna be checking out the other two spots over here in the upper east coast.
Yep, this corner is good for open caves. And he's just 4 rupees away from being able to purchase a blue candle. So if this is a secret, we'll oh no, it is a door repair charge, and that will be 15 rupees. But he's probably going to take note of the fact that there's that blue candle shop there, because if you can buy a blue candle, it's good. It allows you to pick up an extra heart from the Take Any caves. Over on Maligord's side, we get information that the white sword item will be the white sword, and that it's located on Death Mountain.
One nice thing for these runners, they're going to have Dark Knights and Wizards on the overworld, so that makes the dungeon exploring just a little bit easier for them today. And we have a banana on the Armos.
Yeah, with no items, though, that's not a bad pickup. It at least lets you stun things on the overworld. Well, actually, not if there's wizard robes and dark nuts there. You can't stun them with a boomerang, but it is good to be able to stun things when you can't actually kill them.
And I do want to say a special thanks to Dude for tracking for us today.
Yes, thanks to Dude. So Now Malig is looking in the forest. He'll probably find that banana. Yep, he's on the screen. He takes a death... Oh, to a Wizrobe. Before it even had really appeared. That is the problem with those red Wizrobes on the overworld. They can sometimes just come out of nowhere and bop you.
Yeah, we were about 5 minutes in, no dungeons quite yet. Fairly decent amount of exploring.
JKlassnik now heading up to the vanilla blue ring shop. He's not using his banana to stun those levers. Ah, there he goes.
Yeah, levers are a pain because they just pop up right in front of you, and you can't really do much about them sometimes. We have JKlassnik going back towards the Deadwoods in Vanilla 3. See what he finds over here. He finds more Wizrobes, which is definitely not fun.
Yeah. And another door repair. He's still got a decent amount of rupees at 62. But he hasn't actually been up to the northeast yet, so he doesn't realize that 50 is what you need to buy a blue candle. And he checks that.
And that's gonna brutal large secret, only 67 rupees
yeah.
towards the bottom of the bin.
Yeah, the large secret can be anywhere from 50 to 150, so 67 is not
Maligord
what you
taking
want
a death, unfortunately, over here.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of early deaths here. And JKlass will try to screen scroll over to the grave. He's having a little trouble with it. And he gets it. So now we'll see a couple of the spots that are a little more out of the way.
Still no dungeons, though.
And that is another medium secret.
And Maligord with her first offensive weapon with getting that candle, so he'll be able to start burning stuff.
He does decide to just pick up the blue candle from the Take Any, even though he has the knowledge of where to find one.
And we have level 2 found over on JKlassnik's side, over here in Death Mountain.
That is a nice one to find early. Now, with just the banana, he's still not going to be able to clear much of anything out.
The nice thing about Dungeon 2, though, is the enemy just usually sitting on the ground, so if they come across it, they'll just be able to pick it up.
Yep, nope, that'll be a stop, even with nothing but Zol's blocking the way. That shutter door means it's the end of the exploration. And heads on over to check these Armos statues.
And we find Dungeon 9, also up here in Death Mountain.
Yeah. Wait, did I have it backwards? Was it Class who had already explored the northeast?
Yes, Class was already up in the northeast. Now he's doing the northwest.
So it was Malig who did not have the knowledge of that candle shop. So picking up the blue candle was, in his mind, the right decision. And we have a level 5 right near start. Under a burn bush. pauses probably to mark that down, goes in, immediately finds a room full of blue Lionels and a key door. So, unless he can open up another passage by using pirouette strats, he's probably gotta just leave. And immediately finds level 8.
Yeah, dungeons are coming hot and heavy now. We found, what, 4 of them within the last 10 seconds?
Yeah, and having 2 of them so close to the start screen. And now it gets the hint for where level 9 is, and ooh, looks like level 8 is not one you're going to be exploring early either. That is a ladder block.
JKlassnik also picking up their blue candles, so they can also start burning bushes now.
Yes.
Taking up Bob from the blue dark nut.
But we'll get into this open cave, and it is just another shop.
And we have the one on the coast, which is gonna give them the power of the white sword, so they might want to come back and pick this up as soon as they get their ladder.
Yeah. And now class goes back to start. He'll find levels 5 and 8, and he'll find that he can't really get into them. Maligord decides to buy the cheap parts. Only 2 rupees. I guess that's worth it for some extra health. We're starting to run out of open caves to find the wood sword in.
Theorwolf, I think you're probably going to be accurate there. It's got to be up in that Vanilla 5 area.
Yeah, well, there is the one... There are a couple of them up on Death Mountain. There's the one just west of Spectacle Rock. There is one over in West Death Mountain, I think. And there is the Vanilla White Sword, the Vanilla 5, and the Waterfall right near the Vanilla White Sword. So, yeah, that area is probably...
Yeah, JKlassnik already checked all of Death Mountain. So we have Vanilla 5 area, and we have Vanilla 2. And we found Dungeon 4 now over on JKlassnik's side.
And I didn't even notice Maligord find the letter, but he apparently did, and he has checked the prices of the potions. And that is a very expensive blue. So you're not getting any discount that way. You're probably going to just want to buy the red.
JKlassnik feeding on that and heading up towards the Vanilla 5 section, so he may find the answer to where our sword is momentarily here. Trying to screen wrap around so he doesn't have to go up the mountain.
Yeah. He's gonna get that last Octorok out of the way so that he doesn't have to worry about them. It does not look like he's terribly skilled at those screen scrolls, but he gets it done. And finds a door.
I believe he's only been in a handful of races on Ishtarel, so he could be new at it, but he's getting it down. It isn't the easiest thing to do.
Oh, I mean, that's fine. You do not actually need to be able to screen scroll. But it is helpful. Ooh, and this screen is nasty.
If our wooden sword is up here, that's going to be really rough.
But he gets on by. And it is not the wood sword.
So it's looking like our sword is most likely going to be in vanilla too.
Alright, no one checked vanilla 2 yet.
And we have our first bomb pickup of the run.
Yeah, that is a nice, useful screen, because you can just...
Dig Shake Southwest has been checked.
Ooh! And his first bomb shows him the way to the blue ring. So, his damage taken will be cut in half. Oh, there's that letter.
Getting his first heart piece, so that puts JKlassnik into the range of being able to pick up the white sword when they come across it.
Yeah. And looks like class is checking vanilla too.
Yep, and there's our sword.
Yep. There it is. So now, class definitely has the early advantage. It's still very early. Neither of them has really been able to get very far into a dungeon, but... Oh, and Maligord finds a hint shop.
Yep. The magic room is going to be in level 3.
So they're probably not going to bother digging 3. Step over the water to reach the magic boomerang, so that does tell them that 3 will also be ladder blocked, possibly, or at least partly. And step over the water to reach the wand, we know that that's referring to the coast item.
So overall, that set of hints wasn't too helpful in the long run.
No, it might hint that that you need a ladder to get through 3, or it might just mean that you need a ladder to get the item out of 3, which is not really something that they are going to care much about. And, I just missed it. What did class just buy?
He bought bombs.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Gonna bomb around the Upper East Side here.
Finds another bomb shop. Decides not to fill up all the way to 8.
If you were Maligord now, you would want to just hope the Triforce and 2 rooms in, so you just grab it and run.
But first we need to find 3. That is not one we've found. We've found 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9, but 1, 3, and 7 are still hiding. Class is continuing to explore the overworld, and...
Looks like he's gonna poke around 5 here now that he has a sword.
5, yeah, that's right, that was another... And not so much the sword as the bombs. That key door means he very well may not be able to get very far in here even with the sword. But he is giving it his best.
Gets balked by the Lionel sword, which takes away 2 hearts.
Yeah, and resets all of that progress. If I were Klassnik, I would just come back to that, because there's a fairly good chance that even if you kill all those Lionels, you'll be stuck with unless they drop a key.
Yep, it looks like that's what it looks like Klassnik is doing. It's coming back later.
Yeah.
And we found Dungeon 7, right north of number 5.
This is Dungeon Central, right near start. And we get a key and a Goma. Malig picks up a heart, and we've got a quick staircase, but will it be the item staircase?
And we get the ladder in 7. That is huge for
That
JKlassnik
is
at this point.
very huge, especially since 8 has 2 items, and that's right near here, but was early ladder blocked.
It gives him access to his wand, too, if he chooses to go back and get it.
And yeah, he immediately left there. And, oh, he's heading...
Yeah, he's hightailing it for that coast. He's gonna pick up his wand.
Ah, yes, he wants that wand. And then he'll probably up A again and head back to... First, he's gonna...
Yes, he knows that the wand is on the coast. That's probably why he's beelining it over there. Wizards are not letting him get too far, though.
Ducks into the any road.
Gonna pick up his next heart container, so that gives him a 66% chance to get that white sword item when he comes across it. Cyberchild, do you want to explain what the helpful hints are for the audience?
Yes. In helpful hints, all of the hint caves will have hints that actually give useful information. They'll either give you the ones in the dungeons will give you the location of the next dungeon, while the hint caves will tell you either if a certain item is needed to get a certain other item, which dungeons are holding which items, or possibly if a certain item will not be needed. Like, you could see a hint that says, sail not to save the princess. That would mean that the raft is not a required item.
JKlassnik can have a lot more offense now to deal with these Lionels.
Yes, and he has a key, so he can head onwards if he decides that that's the place to go. Oh, and he is using those half-pixel strats. Very nicely handled. Surprised he didn't try bombing that wall before leaving and then picking up those bombs that were sitting there. But he's just going to... Yeah, with this wand, he is just killing it. And neither of those walls bomb. He moves on. And Stalfos in here. So this dungeon's enemy set is pretty good. That's, I mean, the Lionels, they're nasty, but everything in here can be killed with most
he does have his wand,
weapons.
so...
Yes, he does have
with the wand, the Lionels won't be as bad.
Better, and this is... I mean, you always, like, I'm not sure if these mixed enemy sets also guarantee that there will be one dungeon where everything can be killed with just a red candle. I know in the vanilla enemy sets, the Gorilla set, you could clear out the entire dungeon with nothing more than a red candle if you're skilled enough with it. And while Lionels are much nastier, they can also be killed with the red candle if you're persistent enough. So this looks like your easy set.
Yep, and we have a raft picked up over here on JKlassnik's side.
And also, 5 had the hint that 7 had the ladder, but class already knows that. But that is possibly helpful if Malig gets in here before finding 7, even though 7 is right next door. If he happens to get a key from another dungeon and get into 5. And we get the heart container pickup, so Klassnik is guaranteed to be able to pick up the white sword. If that's found, we know that's on Death Mountain.
So we have a dig dagger over here in 5, so they may have to come back here in 3/4.
And that is a potential item room. Gleok works with the heart container, so that means the item in 4 is just another bonus heart container. And this is also a potential item room, though, so I think class is hoping that this one's the item room. Oh, not even going to check it, though.
He has the item already. He has, he picked up the raft.
Oh, the raft was in... Okay, yeah, I completely missed that. Okay, so that'll open up 2 extra spots. One of them we know is the Any Road, but that does give access to that Any Road, so
Gonna do a quick up A here, just beeline right for that Triforce and move on.
Yep.
Over on Maligord's side, he's found this lake with all the wizards next to it.
Yeah, and still has not checked Vanilla 2, so as far as he's concerned, that could be the Wood Sword. And JKlassnik picks up the Triforce out of 5. And that is our first Triforce pickup of the game at a bit over 26 minutes in.
Surprised that class container dropped back down to 8, because it does have 2 items in it.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that as well. But, we could just be trying to check a couple more spots.
Probably gonna burn Candle Row up here, then head back down.
Finds that potion shop. Next, we're going to find the shop that had the cheap hearts in it.
Maligord, unfortunately, getting bullied by these wizards over here on the coast.
Oh, that is a rough screen. Got a money-making game, and looks like that spot's already been taken care of.
JKlassnik heading back into 4.
Ah, yes, that's perhaps not a horrible idea. Oh, yes, 4 was an early ladder block as well.
Picking up his 7th piece of heart.
Yep, and he knows that there'll be an 8th one in here as well if he finds the item staircase. Now, we don't know where Mags is, but the magical sword can be picked up with anywhere from 10 to 14 hearts. That's how much it'll take. And Malig finds level 7. And he's going to run through there and probably going to be happy to find that you can just clip into this. Ooh, is not going to bother trying to clip. Is just going to bomb all of these wall masters. Pushes
Maligord picking up his ladder.
Finds the ladder.
Probably gonna also beeline for that coast to pick up that wand. And JKlassnik picks up his 8th heart.
Yep. Yeah, I would assume, especially without the sword, that getting that wand is going to be top priority, but no, Malig decides to explore it a little bit deeper, finds the rupee boss, as we call it, and moves on, finds 4 more bombs. There's
So,
the river.
now that we're a half hour in, give us a quick rundown of what we have so far. Levels 1 and 2 we have no idea about. Level 3 has the magic banana. Level 4 had a heart container. Level 5 has the raft. 6, 8, and 9 are still unknown. 7 had the ladder. The armor's item is the wooden banana. The white sword item is actually the white sword in this run. And the ladder item was the wand.
Yep. And JKlassnik picks up the Triforce out of 4. And, Malig is still trying to bomb all these out, but it gets the Triforce.
Yeah, he gets a Triforce and the item in 7, so he doesn't have to go back here
Yeah.
now.
all with nothing more than bombs, and technically had the blue candle, but didn't think to use it even against those keys.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be happy to find out that they don't need to come back here at any point.
Right. Klassnik is bombing out some of Death Mountain, finds a door repair charge.
Maligord gonna try to get past these wizards one more time and get to that coast to pick up their wand. And we find the magical sword up at vanilla level 9.
And I think Malig might have been a little disappointed to realize that that bomb wall was just the 4th any road, because I'm pretty sure they both found some of the any roads. And so that's a wasted bomb, but Malig picks up another heart, and we'll be continuing on, and we'll probably be getting the wand very shortly.
And for those in chat asking, JKlassnik's screen is unfortunately cropped like that, so there's no way for us to fix that.
Oh, is it? I hadn't even noticed.
Yeah, the bottom is a little bit cut off. Yeah, JKlassnik picking up his white sword in
White
the
sword has been found.
Fluffy Cactus. The dungeons are definitely randomized. They're in shapes mode.
And level 3 is up on Death Mountain, so you will need to go up there eventually.
And we would know that the magical boomerang is here, so you might just grab this Triforce and run.
Yeah, and there it is! Oh, did
maybe, well, you know what? It was Maligord that bought the hint.
Yeah, Malig was the one who got those hints. That's right, so Klassnik doesn't realize that this is just going to be a magic boomerang.
And 3 would have been ladder blocked to the item, so thankfully he doesn't, since he doesn't have his ladder, he won't come back here.
We got a hint that 3 was ladder blocked for the item, but it turns out it was just the item that is ladder blocked. And Malig's into 8, sees that ladder block, no problem.
These gorillas with their YOLO boomerangs. Kalthus, he does not know what item is in 3, so it might be something that he needs, like the bow. So he's going to dig this out for a little while, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, this could be it. Nope,
oh,
just
a key.
A key drop. Well, that's still something he'll take. And he does try to push the block. Might not realize that when there's an item drop, it won't be a push block.
Maligord finding a staircase here.
Yep, could this be one of the items?
Matoko, I will always come back. Maligord picking up the Triforce in 8.
Finds the try. And that is not an item room. It's looking like Klassnik made very nearly full clear 3. And it is getting netting a bunch of keys. Class is up to 7 keys now, so that could be useful if magic key is in 9 or something. But there's the item room.
And JKlassnik's gonna say nope and just head back up to the Triforce and get on out of here.
Yep. It looks like, yeah, just 1 room shy of a full clear. Well, 2, because there was that one off to the side that was behind a key door that I think he thought, unless it's definitely in there, that's not worth spending a key.
Maligord digging this 8 because it does have 2 items for him.
Now that just turns out to be a passage staircase. Class is going to continue checking Death Mountain. There are still some more spots up here, and 1 is still at large, so...
Song leads, I am not sure if Maligord knows how to clip. Picking a fight with these Dodongos here. Maybe this might be an item room with one of those blocks push. And we find level 1 over on JKlassnik side up on Death Mountain. One's always nice to find because you will have 2 items here, one just sitting on the floor and one below a staircase. We also have an early Triforce in 1. So chat, what's that in plot today?
Dodongo's really trolled Malig there.
And we have the book in 1, no one's gonna pick that one up.
Nope. So Malig has to move on. Hint that Dodongo dwells at the grave, but class already knew that. Actually, class will probably be heading back to 2 shortly after finishing up in 1, because it's not that far away.
To answer chat, most people ignore the book because it actually makes the wand less valuable. It makes the beam of the wand spit out fire, which you can then bump into, and it's really a headache if you aren't used to it. Most people like the wand just to stay at its normal capacity. And we have a recorder over in level 8. Recorders gonna be nice because that stops them from being dig dugger blocked and also gives them ease of access on the overworld.
Yeah, although with the way these dungeons keep clustering up, it's perhaps not quite as useful as it could be. And we have a Patra in level 1. Klassnik takes care of that, up to 9 hearts now.
And we'll most likely find out what our second item in 1 is here. And we have the bow. That's gonna be huge.
Malig is still digging level 8, and it's starting to look more and more like this is going to just be a waste of time, but there is still the chance that that other item is the silver arrows. If it is, then Malig is doing well here, but if not, this is probably going to be JKlassnik's race, barring some real trolling in 9. And we're probably about to find out. Yes?
We still have to find level 6, so that could be under a power relationship spot.
Level 6 has been found. It's
yeah, it's over in Deadwoods. Yep, I see it now.
Deadwoods. And the second item is the red candle. Oh, and class is getting clues. Gleok returns with the recorder. Dig Dogger gazes with the raft. And Goma creeps with the power bracelet. Okay. So, hints to all the location of all 3 sometimes required items. But, and we know that none of those are actually going to be required because we've found all of the dungeons.
So we have JKlassnik in 2. This is going to tell us where our silver arrows are going to lie today. Because they're either going to be here in 2 or they will be in level 9. And we have the any key in 2 that makes the silver arrows in 9.
Along with the red ring, so that's both of the vanilla level 9 items. And, we have another dungeon with the Patra in it, so this is... I mean, sometimes you won't see Patras anywhere besides 9, but we're seeing a bunch of them today.
Cyberjaw, do you want to give us a item breakdown now that we found everything?
Yes, if I can remember it all.
Do you want me to do it then, since I have it written down?
Yeah, that would be nice.
Alright, in level 1 we had the book and the bow. In level 2 we have the any key. In level 3 we had the magic banana. In level 4 we had the heart container. In level 5 we had the raft. In level 6 we had the power bracelet. In level 7 we had the ladder. In level 8 we had the recorder and the red candle. In level 9 we had the silver arrows and the red ring. The armless item was the wooden boomerang. The white sword item was the white sword. And the ladder item was the wand today.
Okay. Nice. And Klassnik is about to pick up that Triforce in 2. Malig is in 5. Got the clock this time after taking an unfortunate death to these Lionels earlier. And we're at about 43 minutes in. Malig still does not have a sword. And,
JKlassnik making a play into 8 now.
Making a play into 8. Now, Klaus may still dig this dungeon out for the item as well. Or might gamble on, Oh, that bomb wall wasn't even open, was that? Oh no, okay, yeah, there was the other path. Oh no, I guess is this class's first time into 8?
I believe so. I don't think he was here before.
It was right near the others, but yeah, so this is going to be... Now, Klaus got the hint about the recorder here, but I think, given what he knows, Klaus probably would have been better off getting the hint that the red candle was here, because the recorder is not really... I think by this point, Klaus knows that the only thing that he still needs his silver arrows, but with the
Could
hint for
still
the
be
red
necessary
candle,
to dig daggers, but we don't know that quite yet in 6.
Yes, 6 could still have a dig dagger block.
Maligord picking up their raft over here. We know it's not going to really do much for them, unfortunately. Fury SK, you are absolutely right. 9 is definitely going to equalize this race at some point, depending how trolly it is for these runners tonight. Furious K, they might be looking for a heart container over here in 5. That would be my only assumption, unfortunately, at this point.
Yeah, it would seem to be. I mean, clearly he's already seen the Triforce, because compass was not a concern. Map will be. But, yeah, I don't necessarily see why the extra heart container would be a huge consideration, because Maligord already has enough to get White Sword when he comes across it.
I think they might have just forgotten that they picked the Triforce up, unfortunately.
Or that... oh, already has picked up Triforce, yeah. Both Triforce and item.
Yeah, there they go. I think they just realized what was going on. JKlassnik picking up their next piece of Triforce.
Yeah, though looked like that wasn't exactly the intention. Looked like Class wanted to explore it a little further, but got bopped into it by that fireball. Yeah, Class is right back in. Wants to find the items. May think there's still a possibility that Recorder will be required. Yeah,
doesn't know where Silvers would be at this point.
Yeah. From Malig's standpoint, the raft was not a bad pickup because Malig still hasn't found 1 or 3. I know that much. I'm not sure if Malig's found 2 yet either, or 9. Did get the hint for 9, but I don't think Malig has been up in the northwest that much.
No, I do not believe they've made their way up there yet. Maligord coming across Dungeon 6, though. They will find their power bullets right here if they choose to grab it.
And it's another dungeon that might be able to be cleared swordless. Actually, I haven't seen that many of the enemies that... well, Actually, yeah, most of them can be cleared swordless. I mean, technically you can clear all of them swordless, but Wizrobes will only work with bombs, a lot of other things. Darknuts and Pole's voices require the wand, or Pole's voices the arrows will work as well. But
at this point, technically Maligord won't need a sword until Ganon, but you definitely want to find one sooner or later.
Yeah. And Klassnik finds that recorder. But yeah, these enemy sets, the dungeons really are not requiring that much other than the wand.
Maligord finding their power bracelet over here in 6.
Yes.
All JKlassnik has to do here is kill one of these eyes, then leave the room and come back in, and Digdargo will be dead.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a huge concern for class. And nope, that just opens the door. I didn't remember exactly where the red candle was. It would have been interesting if you needed one item out of 8 to find the other one. Malig picks up the Triforce in 6, and now it's up to 4 Triforces.
One nice thing for Maligord going on here is they have the 4 smaller dungeons to go. They've cleared out the 4 big ones.
Yes, but so this could still be anyone's race. A little while ago I thought it was a heavy advantage to class, and I'd still give class the advantage, but it's not a done deal.
Especially with 9 being as trolly as it can be. Class could be in there for a while, and
yeah,
if Maligord makes the right moves in 9, they could catch up. Maligord making their play to Death Mountain, so they'll hopefully find their white sword and the other couple dungeons that they're missing over here.
But probably won't get there quite yet, because before getting up to Death Mountain, Malig should find level 2 up at vanilla level 6. And that, I think, should be an easy enough dungeon to clear out.
Get any key here, so keys will no longer be a problem for them as well.
Keys will no longer be a problem. But with 9 keys, they're not a huge problem right now anyway. Yeah, Malig stops to mark this off. We'll make quick work of these Zols.
JKlassnik about to get his red candle here, if he chooses to.
That is a laggy room. Those lag rooms.
JKlassnik decided against picking that up. He's going to take on off and go to the next dungeon.
Yep. Ooh. Okay, I suppose there are still some issues with getting through 2 without a sword. Those Patras, you can kill them with just the wand, but it ain't easy, and from what I've seen here, it doesn't look like Malig is one of our more advanced racers. Now, Klassnik doesn't look as experienced either. You see, Klassnik has been having some trouble with the screen scrolls a lot, and Malig hasn't even really been trying them much.
And we have JKlassnik going through Dungeon 7 now.
Yep, and if I remember correctly, that's not actually a very long dungeon.
And they already have the ladder out of 7, so
right.
All they need is a Triforce. Underdog Silvers are going to be in Dungeon 9 tonight.
And class is up to 11 hearts. Now,
Magical Sword
on the
is
map,
right next to level 9, so it's possible
on
we
the
might
map,
get a Mag's
it
check.
looks like it, but it's further than it looks, because that's the location, that's Spectacle Rock, so it's not actually 2 screens away. You kind of have to go up and around. It's more like 1, 2, 3. It's still only 4 screens away, I think.
With the amount of time it possibly saves, I would still make a check on it
Oh,
personally.
I would also.
Maligord finding another heart container in a pick any.
That brings Malig to 7. Oh, that's I forget, was the power bracelet on the way to the Triforce in 6? Or did Malig have to pass up the Triforce to go searching for the bracelet?
He had to poke around for a little bit, but they found it pretty quickly.
Even though I'm sure Klassnik knows that power bracelet is not required, if they happen to get it, that's not that far from 9 either, and probably the most likely dungeon to whistle. Oh no, you might whistle to 4. Yeah, you'd probably whistle to 4, not to 2. But
and on JKlassnik's side, we have our Triforce at 7, so he's just going to go ahead down to 6.
Yep, and Malig is up on Death Mountain, is probably going to run into those last couple of dungeons soon, and he's also about to get a white sword. No, that's not the white sword cave. I kind of lost exactly where we were on the mountain. It's I think one screen, we're right now 1 screen to the right of it, so...
I don't believe JKlassnik has found 6 yet.
Oh. Okay. Wasn't there the hint for its location, though, or was that seen on Malig's side?
Either way, he's on the right path to it, so just a moment at a time. He's gonna get it right here in this burn bush.
It's not been burned up yet. But there it is. And Class doesn't even bother with pirouette strats, because you got the any key, you don't need to do anything fancy to unlock that. Up at Spectacle Rock finds the magical sword. Can't pick that up with only 7.
Yeah, but they wish they could, though, because being this far into the run and not having a sword is kind of rough.
Ooh, and back-to-back diamond staircases. But, Klaus isn't really going to look into any staircases, because he knows that the item's not required, but, there's the chance that a passage is, though I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
And I believe once you go one more screen, Maligord will pick up their white sword, and all will be good. And at 59 minutes in, we finally have our sword on Maligord's side.
Yep.
And JKlassnik getting their final Triforce piece, so they will be on the move to 9.
Yep. Probably going to whistle over to 4. Oh well, no, actually that's an up and around also, so 2 or 4 would work equally well.
And while we have a moment, if you guys have been enjoying what you're watching today, please give our runners a follow and our commentary to Dude for all the help today.
Looks like it will be 4. That's not 4. That's 3. Okay. I guess 3 is actually the closest, yeah. Because you have to go up and around, it's actually 5 screens from either 2 or 4, but only 4 from 3.
And JKlassnik has made the entrance to the 9. Gonna deal with the patches straight away. The only nice thing about patches is they are considered boss monsters, so they will not come back once they die.
And the early staircase is a passage.
So Cyberchow, when you enter 9 at this point, what are you looking for?
Well, at this point you're probably going to be checking every staircase because you know silvers are in here.
And then once you get your silver arrows, you're gonna look for Ganon. Because
and you can be listening for the sound of Ganon's roar, which if you're in the room north, south, east, or west of Ganon, you will hear Ganon's roar. With one exception, I didn't know this until I read it in the FAQ. If Ganon's room has been randomized away and Ganon just happens to be right next to the normal Ganon room, you will not hear Ganon's roar from Ganon's room. But that won't be an issue here because we saw Ganon's room in, I think it was level 8.
And then after they kill Ganon, they'll be looking for a shutter door that opens the second they walk into the room without clearing enemies.
Even
That's
if
how they
enemies are in the room, and if they happen to find a shutter door that does not open when they clear all the enemies before killing Ganon, then they'll know that that's Zelda, where Zelda is. So before killing Ganon, they'll be looking for a shutter door that does not open. After killing Ganon, they'd be looking for a shutter door that opens automatically.
So right now we have JKlassnik on the search for those silver arrows. All in all, the seed itself with the danger change on the overworld was more of a routing expedition than dungeon execution.
Yeah, the story of this one was routing.
Viva L'Emanuel, he will need silver arrows to get the final shot on Ganon. Ganon will not die unless he is shot with a silver arrow.
I think there have been a couple of things that made differences. I'd say probably the biggest was that Maligord never checked Vanilla 2, which was the location of the wooden sword, and was pretty much was almost completely locked up until happened to actually use nothing more than bombs to clear out level 7 and got the ladder, which allowed him to get a wand at least to have a weapon, but having no wand, no bow and arrow, no red candle, no wand for that long, and then still not having a sword for quite some time after that is no way to get through a seed.
Scorcher, the Triforce can just be openly laid on the ground. It's not always enemy dropped in this.
Oh, and we hear the roar of Ganon. So that could be that room that he just bombed open. It could be that key door.
And here's Ganon.
But with no silver arrows,
Yep.
Klassnik will just have to up an A. I'd have checked the bomb wall first, because if you bombed into Ganon's room, that entrance will still be open even afterwards. But oh, it's right there.
Maligord picking up their Triforce here in 2.
Okay, so that actually limits the exploration, because that key door leads into Ganon's room. So you've got to take that staircase.
Well, as you said, he could always bomb out of Ganon's room on the opposite side as well. He did not try that.
Was there one? I thought it was shutter doors on all 4 sides.
No, there's a flat wall on the western side.
West. Okay. But yeah, it is looking like Ganon is kind of forcing you into that staircase. So, in some ways, that actually makes this a big help for Klassnik being the first one in, because it looks like it could be a very linear 9, one where you're forced to take a certain path. And if that is the case, that greatly hampers the ability for Malig to make a comeback.
Still gotta find her, and you still gotta find Silvers, though, so it's not over yet.
Things have opened up a little bit more up in this northwest corner. Another thing that class might be looking for is the old man will give... There are 4 potential hints. Only 3 of them will actually appear, but the hints will be which quadrant of the dungeon Ganon is in, which quadrant Zelda is in, what type of enemies guard the compass, and where the silver arrows are. Now, if the silvers are not in 9, it will say the silvers to kill the beast lie somewhere else. But if they are in 9, which they are, it will point to the quadrant, same as it does for Ganon and Zelda. Now, Class has already found Ganon, so they'll be hoping that the one that is not in this seed is the Ganon hint, because the other 3 hints will be far more helpful.
Maligord, unfortunately, digging 3 here, and he's only gonna find the magical boomerang.
Oh, that is interesting, because I thought Malig got that hint, but I guess it was so long ago.
Yeah, they did. They might have forgotten what they got.
Forgotten that already.
Cybertrail finding the red ring, so now his damage will be increased again.
So now Klassnik takes only a quarter of the normal damage, so even the hit from Ganon will only take away 1 heart, whereas with no defense, the way Malig has, it would be 4 hearts of damage from a single hit. That's nice against these Patras. They normally would take up to 2 hearts of damage away. Instead, just a half heart from each hit from the Patra. And is this door going to open? No, it is not! So that is Zelda's location. Just south there is the location of Zelda, because even though Klassnik killed all of those enemies, the shutter door did not open.
So now we know where the pig is, and we know where she is. But where are these silver arrows?
So now the only hint that will be of any use to Klassnik will be where the silver arrows lie. We have not seen any of the 3 hints that will be in... well, it can be up to 3, or it could be a money or life room replacing one of them. We haven't seen any... Well, in vanilla, they're money or life. In randomizer, it could be keys or max bombs as well. And I'm sure Klassnik is hoping that if there is a money or life or max bombs or whatever room, that keys is one of the options, because if you have the any key, you can just go choose keys and you'll get through that room for free.
If I was JKlassnik, I would check back in Ganon's room and see if we can bounce through that western wall.
I'm not sure. He may have already been to the room west of it, because we've heard the piggies roar at all sorts of different times. I think he has managed to get over to that room just... Yeah, it looks like, if I'm remembering that map correctly, the room just west of Ganon's room has been explored. Malig's still searching up on Death Mountain. Or no, actually that's back at the starting area. It's not found one yet. Oh right, that's actually... no, that is West Death Mountain. So, I'm not sure where Malig is searching. Or maybe Malig's just going to go right to level 4 now?
I don't believe they explored all of Death Mountain, so they might not know what's up in the upper corner there.
Alright, oh, actually, yeah, that's... and that's an unfortunate death, because that is the location of level 4. And that burn bush has not been burnt yet, so Malig has obviously not seen level 4 yet.
These silver arrows are being elusive on JKlassnik's side.
Yeah, and... Malig is just killing off enemies, I don't know, looking for more health? I don't know what's going on here, but yeah, those silvers are being very elusive, and... we still haven't seen a single old man room. Could this be the silver arrows? We have a staircase. Nope, that is just another passage. And Malig has found level 4. We'll head on in.
We hear Ganon yet again.
Yep, that is the room south of Ganon, so... Oh, right, I don't think that, no. Klassnik never did check that room to the west there, through that bomb hole. South. Could it have been there all along? Nope, that is another shutter door, and that is an alternate path to Zelda. So now we know that once you defeat Ganon, you just have to exit south and head 3 rooms west.
Yep, she is right next to him, and this could be the silver seraph that these gorillas are hiding.
Yeah, and I think he's been in this room already. Yeah, he has been in this room already, so that's not it. But, and that does not have... This is a map. Oh, wow, that really does force you into an area. There are not that many ways you can go from... Ooh, and there is going to be one staircase that they do not want to find, because there is a lone room just to the east of start, and the only way you can possibly get into that is via a staircase. So there is going to be one staircase that leads to nowhere. And Klassnik is outside of level 9. Yes, looking for more bombs. Ah, that is a good idea, because those are... Red Wizrobes are a bomb-dropping enemy, so... Head out, clear them out, and as long as they're alone on a screen, you can deal with them easily enough. So, this is... Yeah, he's farming bombs off of those Red Wizrobes. I like
Bops
this
and armors by accident.
And that will be back up to the full complement of 8 bombs.
Now, there was one room to the right of the entrance
Yes.
that he did not check.
Well, no, you can't get into the room to the right of the entrance from... You can only ever go north from the entrance room. So, that's what I was saying before. That room to the right of the entrance, the only way you can possibly get there, since there's no room northeast of the entrance, the only way you can possibly get to that room is via a staircase. So that is going to be a useless room. Yeah, but yeah, this 9 shape is nasty, because those 4 empty spaces lined up diagonally like that.
The Swiss cheese of 9.
And there's the hint. Southeast of Skull. I think you just bombed down.
It's right here.
Right here.
We found it, hopefully.
Yeah, there is a staircase there, so that hint was not that far from what it was pointing to. And Klassnik's just going to clear out all of those enemies.
And there's the fish bones.
The silver arrows.
And now we're just gonna go for the pig.
Yep. Malig still has not been able to find the Triforce in 4, and Klassnik potions up and is ready to head in to face Ganon. Now, with the white sword, it will take 8 hits to defeat Ganon, and then the silver arrow fire. Malig does pick up the Triforce out of 4. That gives him 7.
I don't believe they found one yet.
One yet? No. No. Did manage to clear out 5, 6, 7, and 8 with just the wand, because 7 had that early ladder. Malik actually cleared that out with nothing more than a full complement of bombs, and had been just using the wand as the sole weapon. Picked up the white sword at about 59 minutes. So,
I don't feel as bad anymore.
yeah, that
Had it a little rougher than I did, I guess.
That was just that cave is often a forgotten one because it's kind of tough to get into without a weapon.
Yeah, I hadn't
remember
forgotten it. I just
yeah.
I went over there and then I went down after checking the 2 Armo spots, I think. And I think I actually died on my way to a couple of the other spots, and it felt like it didn't seem worth to go all the way back there for only 2 more spots when the whole map was left.
It's perfectly understandable. And yeah, I don't remember exactly what enemies were guarding that screen, but I know that's usually not a screen I want to go into without a weapon. If you're lucky, you might get enemies that can be stunned, and that boomerang was right there at the Armos, so you both did pick that up.
So as a whole, what were your thoughts on the combat in this seed? That overworld wasn't the kindest of split things.
Yeah, it wasn't too easy. The one time I think I was most freaked out about it was when I was still looking for the wood sword, and I had temporarily forgotten that spot where it was, and I think I went up to the vanilla white sword cave, and it was covered with like 8 blue wizrobes, and I have no idea how I made it through, and I was so ready to find the wood sword there, and I think I found nothing, and I was so depressed.
Yeah, we had been thinking the same thing. I think it was a medium secret or something. It was one of the secrets, but yeah, we had been thinking the same thing, that was a potential wood sword location, and that was going to be nasty. But both of you did manage to get into that cave swordless, so I guess they were just in a nice enough alignment.
Yeah, I guess it wound up being relatively easier because I saw the wand was on the ladder spot, and then 7 had the ladder in the second or third room. It was really quick.
Yeah, that was the one generous thing about it.
Maligord getting denied on the magical sword.
Denied at 11 hearts, so I think that's how much you had at the end, so magical sword wouldn't have been an option. We had been wondering if you were going to check it or not, but
well, it didn't seem like, as you said, the overworld was filled with the wizrobes, so I wasn't overly concerned with 9. I had 11 hearts and blue ring, and then I wound up finding the red ring.
Yeah, even blue ring white sword is not a bad situation to be in for Ganon. With the red potion.
Yeah, I got trolled a little bit in 9 because I thought I was being clever and had figured out which room Ganon was in, and then I walked right into his room and forgot that the room I had been in next to it was the Patra room, I think. So I hadn't heard him roaring the first time, and that's what fooled me into thinking that he was in the other room.
Oh, okay. Yes, because we had been noticing that 9, just that map of 9 when you picked it up, we were like, this is a trolly map, because those 4 blank spaces lined up in a diagonal, it really limits your options for getting into the area where the silver arrows ended up being.
Yeah, I think the hint for the silver arrows was 2 screens away from it, and you had to have already found the important bomb hole anyway.
You basically had to go into the northeast. I mean, with the way those were set up, well, there were the staircases that were taking you all over the place, but if a direct path existed, I think you would have actually had to go all the way into what's technically the northwest to get to most of the southeast. And we also noticed you didn't actually get into it, but with that way that map set up, there was that one room just east of the entrance that, since you can never go anywhere but north from the entrance, we figured that had to be a staircase to nowhere. That was going to be a staircase leading to that room that was like going to be complete troll staircase. You never did find that, but
Yeah, once I found the map, at least I had a little bit of an idea of where to try to bomb to. But
that map was definitely going to be a boon in 9, because that was going to be a trolly 9.
Shin Sarkai, Maligord is looking for Dungeon 1. No, we did not ever see a bait block on this seed.
Yeah, I was kind of worried when I think I decided to buy a potion before going to look for 6 and realized maybe I should have bought arrows because I was just praying I wasn't going to get Goma blocked there or somewhere else. I was kind of regretting that potion decision because I probably could have just bought it later.
I think Maligord's looking over their map to see if they possibly missed something here.
Yes, I understand that. I, in my race, had a lot of trouble finding the last dungeon as well, so... yeah.
Maligord's gonna make their way back up to Death Mountain in that 4th square from the top. Just gonna see what's going on. Maligord's next play is gonna be here. Yeah, Scott Sturt being 57 minutes in and then finding a wooden sword is kind of rough, so you can understand the frustration.
Looks like Maligord left that bonus cave without actually taking the rupees.
I believe they had max money when they found it.
No, I only see 71 rupees here. Not sure what Maligord is up to.
I think they're
Probably
trying to
wants
whistle to the
3.
Yeah, I think they're trying to whistle back up to the upper corner.
That is going to be 8.
So they got to 2, so that's not too far from where they have to go.
Yep, 2 works as well.
Maligord going to the wrong side of the mountain, unfortunately, though. I think they know it's up here, but just not what side it's on.
You're not gonna find anything up here in first quest. And that will be a forfeit.
And Maligord has dropped from the race, unfortunately. Just couldn't find level 1 in time.
Oh, that's too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get some GGs in chat, please? These runners put on a really good show, unfortunately. A really valiant attempt by Maligord to continue on. And please give both of our runners a follow, as well as my commentating partner, CyberChow X, and our tracker today, Dude.
Okay, and we will be getting Maligord in the booth shortly.
Our current time is 4 p.m. in Scotster. And we have Maligord joining us in the commentation. GG, my friend. Well played. That level 1 is just elusive, unfortunately, for you today.
We're
Maligord,
not
join us
hearing
momentarily.
anything out of Maligord.
We're just working on some technical difficulty. We'll be right with you, chat. JKlassnik, any final words before we turn it over to Maligord?
I don't know, nothing in particular. Good game to Maligord. Unfortunate you couldn't finish it out. But thanks for putting on the tournament. I'm enjoying it one in and looking forward to struggling my way through the rest of it.
Yeah, best of luck going forward in the 1-0s next week.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough task for me. Thank you.
And I see Maligord lighting up now, so GG Maligord, that one was just elusive for you today.
Hey, thanks guys. Can you help me out?
The level 1 was in the top row 4 over. So the upper corner of upper part of Death Mountain.
4 from the left? Ugh.
Correct. You were close to it at the end there. You were just on the other side of the mountain.
Probably just about the only place I hadn't checked.
Yeah, and that wood sword, man, was just brutal.
I was okay with it. I mean, I took a lot of deaths early. My evasion wasn't very good, but no, I was okay with it once I got in, got the ladder, and got the wand. From then on, I was like, I didn't care about the wood sword. I knew eventually I'd run into the white sword or even the magical sword, so I was okay then.
Yeah, with all the Dark Knights and the Wizards on the overworld, just having the wand, just let dungeon exploration just be not too bad for you guys today.
Yeah, I mean, and that Patra in level 2, but, you know.
Yeah.
Once I picked up the wand, I was okay. I thought for a little bit maybe I had a shot You had 5 through 8 right there all together, and once I got the ladder, I was able to kind of get through pretty quick, but wasn't meant to be today.
Yeah, you put up a valiant attempt. I mean, it was just a rough seed as far as dungeons went. Everything was clustered in that either that one section of Death Mountain or in that forest down by Vanilla Start.
Yeah, right side was pretty useless.
Cyberchat, any other questions for him today?
I can't think of any. I thought I had something, but I can't think of what it was.
All right. Well, thank you guys for what you do, and thanks to Feasel for the restream, and good luck in the next round to JKlassnik, and we'll see. Hopefully, I can pick up a win next round.
Yes, best of luck to both of you guys going on.
Best of luck.
Good luck to you too, Maligord.
And then we're going to be signing off now. So, good game to both of our runners. Give them both a follow. And we will see you guys next in the next race.
Yep, and I believe our next race is in about 6 hours, and that'll be on Speed Gaming, and that's Shiner CCC versus Raiko.
Have a great afternoon, everyone. We'll see you on the next one.
That's a half an hour after that. That's 10:30 Eastern. So in 6.5 hours, there'll be 2 more. Dr. J PhD versus Isolated 999, and I don't have a channel for that yet. I might have to refresh. And the other one is J Coper versus Breasticle on Speed Gaming 2. And that should be a good one, because those are 2 very skilled racers. That's probably one of the few matchups of this first Swiss round. There have been some others, but that's probably the highest quality one in terms of both racers being among our top racers. So yeah, there's 3 more tonight, and then we've got, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tomorrow. 6 if you include one that's at 1 a.m. Eastern. So if you're on the West Coast, it's actually 6 tomorrow.